or something like that, right?
Yeah.
Are you ready to unleash something?
We're a couple days past the the wounds have started to close a little bit. Unfortunately,
that's good for you.
Unfortunately, they're going to be open back up today with AFR. But then the healing process will officially begin. And listen, the team has, you saw the press conferences yesterday. The team knows they have to move on. I mean, this is one of those things where it stings and it should hopefully continue to sting, but you've got to start mentally preparing for Boise State because you have a ranked team coming in your house this weekend, right? Here's one more opportunity for you to go and try to make a statement. So as painful as it was, you watch the film and you correct those mistakes and you keep them fresh in your mind that, hey, I can't allow this to happen or that to happen, fix them and hopefully move on this week.
Is the season salvageable for BYU?
I tell you what, a lot of damage has been done. When you lose those 2 games in a row to Toledo and USF, a lot of damage has been done. I think BYU going into every season, the benchmarks are to obviously beat P5s, beat ranked teams, and get to a bowl game. I mean, in independence, that is what that's what you're trying to achieve. They beat 2 Power 5 teams. Next on the slate, you've got a ranked Boise State team, so you have to win this. You have to win this week.
Whoa! Have to win
To salvage the season.
I think to salvage the season.
Okay, to salvage
the season.
I thought you just went straight up. I was like, what?
No, I mean, listen, BYU has to get to a bowl game in order for this to be any remote measure of a successful season. So, yes, they have to win 1 of the 3 against the Mountain West teams. So, this is one of those opportunities. But I think in order for this to salvage the season, you have to beat a ranked team. Which, BYU hasn't. Was USC ranked when they came in here?
Yes.
I guess they were 24th or so. Yeah.
Yes, this would be a second-ranked home win.
Second ranked. And
pretty gnarly.
San Diego State is still playing well this season. They might be at the end of the season. They may be ranked, depending on how they do in Mountain West Conference play. But one more opportunity. So, yes, I think this is a must-win. If you're talking about salvaging the season, I think this is a must-win game.
Well, if BYU wants to finish with a winning home record, it's also a must-win because right now they're 1-2 in Provo.
My issue is that so many of these benchmarks are minimal stuff. It's not actually good, it's just minimally good. And that's the frustrating part. If this was a season by itself, we could justify and talk about, that's all right. This isn't. This is systemic. BYU's had issues post Taysom Hill and Jamal Williams. 13-9.
13 and 19.
13 and 19. BYU stinks the last couple of years. Yet, opportunity, if BYU wins, I think it changed the narrative quite a bit quickly.
Yeah, I think you start to put some of that aloe on the stings, right? And it starts to make it a little better. That sting will always be there. The damage, like I said, the damage has been done. It's one of those things where you look back on this season, similar to when you look back on the 17 season and look at the UMass loss, ECU loss. Those are bad losses. And you're going to look back on this 19 season and say the same thing. We lost to 2 bad teams we should have beat.
I agree on South Florida. I don't on Toledo, though. I think Toledo's that's a game that's tough, and because it comes off those 4 Power 5s, it feels worse, right?
Yeah, and listen, I think
if Toledo wins the MAC, are we going to feel bad about that loss?
Yeah, I think the sting on that one too is the bye week. You had a bye week going into it. I mean, the schedule's set up.
Oh, for USF.
South Florida.
For USF, excuse me.
Yeah,
for USF, the sting with this game is you had the bye week going into it, and you weren't able to you couldn't put together a game plan. As far as Toledo goes, listen, they just got rolled by Bowling Green State. I mean,
1-4 Bowling Green, now 2-4.
I don't know how good this Toledo team is, and we'll see how that plays out.
And you're right, it doesn't matter.
Yeah,
it's not in the same ilk to me as UMass and ECU, but it's a game BYU should win.
Here's my thing, and that's the key.
You're up double digits.
For me, BYU, they should win the games they should win, and I'm fine with dropping some games to the Washingtons of the world, even Utah, as much as I hate to admit it, or even the USCs of the world. Fortunately, we picked those up. So I'm fine with losing some of the games you probably should lose, but I can't stand losing the games you should win. And these last 2 games are games BYU should have won.
BYU was favored to beat Toledo and favored to beat USF.
Well, BYU won both its games when it was a dog, so being a dog is probably better, right? Now I want to ask this question. We are continuing to maintain program standards despite what the program is telling us what it is. At any point, should we drop that? I, for one, and I think you guys agree, refuse to drop said standards. Although we've dropped from the win 10 games, get ranked standard to 8 would be nice. And here we are sitting on a couple of seasons where 8 doesn't look like it's going to happen. So do we keep the standards up or do we reassess the business model and look at what actual earnings should be. I don't know.
I don't think you reassess it. Listen, BYU is close in both these games. It's not like BYU's getting blown out and they don't belong in the same field as these teams. Washington was a blowout, but besides that, BYU was in all these games. So I don't think you need to hit the panic
Losers
button.
talk about margins, right?
Yeah, but it is true, though. I mean, I think it's a great way to measure your success, obviously, is how close were the games. If one turnover went this way or that, or one big play went this way or that, you're in that game. If you're getting blown out, so yeah, I think if you're getting blown out, we need to look at, hey, it's bowl game. Getting to a bowl game is the ceiling for this team. Let's just keep getting to the bowl game. But
And that'd be a pathetic point if we get there.
And nobody
right?
wants to get there. Listen,
I don't think BYU will get there.
I think this team, honestly, when you look at it, they have the talent there, but the execution is lacking. I mean, when you look at the film,
what's that on? Coaching?
It's both.
Okay.
Honestly, it's both. It's coaching because you've got to understand your personnel. You got a lot of young guys playing right now. You look at that defense. At some point, you have 3-4 freshman linebackers playing.
Yeah, unless you're an insider, most fans are saying, "Who's that?"
Yeah, 100%.
And who's that?
And so you've got young guys playing, and so that's coaching, get them coached up. But it's also players putting your head in the film and in the playbook and knowing what your assignment is and playing fast. When I look at this USF game, it was not only offensively but defensively missed assignments left and right. The offensive line played terrible. The defensive line and linebackers terrible.
The O-line
Still had a chance to win the game. Amazing.
The O-line played terrible.
Oh,
They had a season high in rushing yards, which is interesting, right?
interesting, but you also look at 13 tackles for loss.
7
allowed.
sacks.
Oh,
Six
from that
sacks.
regard,
Sorry, 6 sacks.
6 sacks.
I feel you.
I mean that
Yeah.
that
How do
against
you-
the
how do
USF
you-
front, there's no excuse for that. And so when you watch the film, you have to go back and you just have to sit back and as a player, you have to take it personal. You look at your assignments, you look at that you weren't executing properly and that you were out of place, you weren't tackling, bad angles. I mean, offensive line miscommunications. I mean, the thing is, all these can be fixed, but they also need the help of the coaching staff to put them in position to succeed and to win. And so it falls on both the offensive staff, the offensive defensive staff, the coaching staff, as well as the players, because in a loss like this, it's a team effort in the loss.
Sure.
And so everyone's got to look at themselves in the mirror and say, what can we do better? And I'll tell you what, this team, who knows what they're going to show? I mean, I think that's a bummer about this season's team, and frankly, some of Klein's teams. You're not sure what team's going to show up on Saturday.
They're capable of beating Boise State,
Very capable of being Boise State.
but also capable of losing at USF.
That's my point.
That's a weird polarizing personality for this group, right?
It's
No
scary, and
question.
I think that's the scary part about it is BYU fans are not sure what to expect come Saturday. Are we gonna get this USC team the team that beat USC that comes out fired up, flying around, making hits? And are you going to show up and see the USF team that literally acted like they had no idea what was going on? So that's the scary part. Hopefully it's obviously the USC team here at home, and it gets a ranked opponent, and not only ranked opponent, but a now quote-unquote rival to the north.
I'm a little intimidated by the idea that at 2-4 on a cold night at LaVell Edwards Stadium in front of what's probably kind of a lesser crowd for BYU, given the weather and what BYU's doing. Hopefully some fans show up, right? The diehards will be there. Against a ranked team that has had BYU's number, this is a tough situation for BYU to kind of rise up and win this game in terms of motivation. If they do, I mean, that's quite the performance.
I'll tell you what, I think it's easier to rise up and be motivated for this game than if BYU was 4-2. I think they realize their whole entire season's on the line at this point. If they want to get to a bowl game, if they want to go to Hawaii and enjoy that nice week of vacation,
They want to salvage the season.
if they want to salvage the season, they've got to step up.
But have some players perhaps crossed that threshold already based on the performance last week?
Well, if they've crossed that threshold, they got to get out of here. I mean, that's where it comes down to the team captains. I know this team's struggling with team captains. Zane Anderson out for the season. Tyson Williams out for the season.
Well, they haven't declared, like, it's game by game, right?
Yeah, game by game.
But the team
There's
leaders-
quote team leaders. There's guys that were running the player run practices during the summertime. There's guys, I promise you, that when USF runs for 10 plays consecutively, they're over there on the sideline yelling at each other.
They didn't even try to pass. They didn't even attempt to
They
pass.
didn't attempt one.
They completed 7, make it 8 with a pick.
So I'm telling you, there's guys that got to step up, and it's typically the seniors. But on this type of team, maybe it's the freshmen. Maybe it is a Chaz Ayu that comes to the rest of the guys and say we got to step it up.
Based on the press conference, he to a degree called out the offense, but as a teammate as well, kind of like, yeah, that's frustrating for us and them, and that's it. But I wanted to ask you this too. Were you ever okay with a guy on the other side of the ball calling out your side of the ball?
No.
Because it feels like Chaz was trying to be a teammate, but he was also saying, yeah, we need to score more points.
No.
But the offense could say, yeah, stop the run.
Yeah, listen, there were times when, especially with Max. Max was a fiery guy. And he was the team captain for the offense. I was team captain for the defense. And there were times where, we get frustrated with each other because either we'd be getting up too many points or they wouldn't be able to score. But it was never calling each other out. I mean, you're in this together. At the end of the day, defensively, you go in the mindset, we're going to win this game 3-0. We're going to shut this team out. And so I don't care how many, I'm telling you, in this game, nobody should be calling anybody out besides yourself and maybe your linebacker or your unit. But definitely don't call out the other side of the ball because there's fault to go all around in this one.
David Nixon, always a pleasure, my friend. We look forward to another outstanding edition of After Further Review.
Well, we're gonna get it out of the way, guys. Just watch. We'll explain what went wrong. Some things went right, kind of, and then we'll put in the past and move on to this next game.
Just do me a favor. Answer which is easier, scoring more in the red zone or stopping the run. Just handle that on AFR.
Stop the run.
As a defensive guy.
Very easy.
Yeah. Thanks, David.
Yep.